Hi, I'm Russell Cummings from Shift, and what I'd like to take you through over the next 6 minutes is a quick summary of a 45-minute talk that I provide that is applicable to any size businesses, but probably more focused on the 5 to 50 mil sort of turnover segment. But businesses that are seeking to challenge their traditional approach to strategic planning. The premise I raise is that the traditional process to strategic planning is broken. And I cover 6 key reasons why this is the case and explain a methodology that businesses can adopt to address them to make sure that their next strategic plan is focused, achieves cut through, and doesn't just gather dust on the shelf or is out of date before they finish the process. Now, this process is based on my 34 years experience as a management consultant and business coach. And it's a tool that I use regularly with my client base. So let's just quickly step you through the presentation. So we start off with the premise. We talk about strategic planning. We talk about the process for strategic planning, that all good methodologies have this process of now, where, how, but we're not worried about the content of the strategic plan necessarily, but more importantly, around the process we use for building that plan. We're going to ask the audience some questions. We're going to talk about the traditional way that strategic plans are developed. They're either consultant-based, or which is done for you, or workshop-based, which is where the majority of them are done. It's an effective methodology, but I find it's flawed. And here are the 6 key reasons why it's flawed. And these are what I find. So, people are too busy, so we want to jam people through a workshop process, struggle to get them together. Their mind's not focused on when they're there. They're all over the place. No time for incubation. We're trying to jam stuff into less and less smaller workshops, and there's no time to reflect and incubate and build good ideas. We end up addressing symptoms, not causes, because we're skipping over the top of things. Team dynamics can actually dominate workshop processes, and we end up with that, particularly in new teams where we've got the forming, storming, norming stuff going on. We often end up with just another vanilla plan. There's nothing different about it. It's the same as before. We've not put any real thought into our strategies to differentiate ourselves. And often plans have an unrealistic vision. In the heat of the moment in a workshop, we come up with a large BHAG and everybody races off and focuses on that. It's completely unrealistic and skews our strategy moving forward because we don't take the time to stop, prop, and reflect on it. All right, we do a bit of an exercise with the audience to get them involved, and then we talk about this new approach. And it's called strawman planning. Basically, it's built on this model from Deloitte, which says we need to have a clear strategy, we need to get commitment from your team in this by engaging them in the process, and we need to draw on the capabilities of your team to actually build a really strong, powerful plan. The process is really quite simple. You build a strawman plan using the methodology of your choice. So you build a draft plan that you're not wedded to, and the premise is we can pull that plan down and rebuild it. We then work through a series of iterations to actually build a far more robust plan. So at the end of each iteration, we end up with a better plan, and then we finalize the plan and we talk about the change success actions. So in terms of putting plans in place, change success has about a 30% chance of getting things right. We want to lift that to 70 or 80% by focusing on the 10 areas that are most important to ensuring a change success. We'll talk a bit about that. We'll then talk about how they can implement it in their business and focus on 5 tips and tricks that they can do to improve the outcomes. So, and I won't bore you with those, I'll just take you through them. But there's sort of 5 tips and tricks we'll talk about there. Then we'll summarize it, bring it all together, and that's the end of the thing. So the focus of this talk is on businesses in that sort of 5 to 50 mil range that are seeking to challenge their traditional approach to strategic planning. It's a process that I'm actually using, so it's a process that's been proven in the field and works extremely well. And I would say this session is probably well suited to industry groups where you've got lots of people together who need to do strategic planning, where you've got groups of business owners or managers that like to be challenged, maybe a particular business owner that's seeking an education component for their senior management team, and professional service networks where you've got people who are looking to do strategic plans and will have clients that need to do strategic plans that they can help them with. I guess in summary, it's really anywhere that organisers are seeking to disrupt the status quo in this subject area and provide a valuable education opportunity for their clients, and with no sell and no promotion from me, from the presenter. I find too many people are up there doing the sell, and for me this is about getting some information out there that people can make some really good use of. If you're interested in having me come and speak at your event, I'm really happy to have a chat with you about that. My contact details are on the screen here. Contact me either via my mobile or my email, which is russell@shiftwith2fs.com.au. All right, thanks very much for your time, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.